corner of your eye, only to find nothing there. Most of us dismiss this moment. But what if they weren't just tricks of the lega? What if they were whispers from a world we're not meant to say? Tony get, we're pulling back the curtain on a story that starts with simple curiosity and spirals into something much darker. This isn't just a ghost story. It is a cautionary tale about dabbling in forces we can't possibly comprehend. Our story begins with four colleague friends: Liam, the skeptic; Maya, the believer; Chulu, the artist; and Nolan, the historian. They were inseparable, spending their weekends exploring forgotten corners of their old university town. One rainy Saturday, forgot in a dusty old bookshop, Noah found it. It was Etienne, letter-bound volume with no title, tucked away in a section labeled Lots of Folklore. The pages were brittle, filled with handwritten script and strange, unsettling diagrams. It spoke of local legends of paths and rituals, and of a place gap in the nearby woods known only as the Whispering Grove. The book described a ritual, conceived to grant a single wish to those who performed it correctly. It sounded like something out of a fantasy novel, but the details were unnervingly specific. It required full participant, specific cards found only in that region, and had to be performed on the night of a new moon at the heart of the Whispering Grove. Liam scoffed, calling it nonsense, but Maya was captivated. Her eyes were with a mixture of fear and excitement. Chulu, ever the artist, was fascinated with the strange symbols, sketching them in her notebook. Noam, the historian, was intrigued with the historical puzzle of it all. Against Liam's better judgment, a plan was hatched. They walked into Whispering Grove and, just for fun, reenact the ritual. To what harm could it do? Finding the grove was the first challenge. The book's directions were dirty, more like readers than a map. Follow the waiting stone until the three sisters point the way. One read. After 2 weekends of searching, they finally deciphered it. The waiting stone was a Moscow-ferret boulder by a creek, and the three sisters were created entertained bird press. Beyond Yamai Apata, almost invisible, leading deeper into the forest. As they walked, the air grew colder. The usual forest sounds fading into an unnerving silence. The trees here were different, twisted, gnarled, their branches reaching down like skeletal fingers. At the center of the grove was a clearing, dominated by a large, far-topped stone exactly as the book had described. It was etched with the same symbols Chulu had been sketching. A sense of unease floated over the grove. Even Liam looked a bit shaken. The past felt unchanged, and not in a playful way. It felt watchful, but they had come this far, waiting for the next new moon. They gathered their hearts mentioned in the book, their initial excitement mounting with a heavy dose of apprehension. They told themselves as it was just an elaborate game. No writers took themselves as on a dark nature. They were wrong. The naked of the new moon was unnervingly still, no breeze, no cricket, just a profound, suffocating silence. With the legend of 4 lanterns, they arranged the herb on the stone altar, just as the book instructed. Noah read the strange, melodic words from the brittle pages. The language was archaic, guttural, and felt wrong on his tongue way. As he spoke the final line, a sudden a scout wind whipped through the clearing, extinguishing 3 of the 4 lanterns. Laughing only on flickering defiantly. For a moment, nothing happened. Liam let out a nervous sob. Nothing, but then the symbols on the stone began to glow with a final, sickly green liquor. A low hum vibrated through the ground, and something fell in their bones more than heard with their air. The air thickened, smelling of damp earth and something else. Something metallic and vaguely sweet. Panic began to set in. This wasn't a game. This was real. From the shadows between the trees, they began to see movement. Not animals, but shifting, indistinct shapes that seemed to drink the liquor. They were Tarantine. One where their faces would have been, there was only a void. The 4 finished were frozen in terror, their casual adventure having turned into a living nightmare. In their panic, they had forgotten the most crucial part of the ritual, the wish. The book said a single, unique wish must be made, but they had never decided on only. All they wished for now was for it to stop. He just went to go home. Chulu trickled, her voice trembling. The moment she spoke, the last lantern went out, plunging them into absolute darkness. The humming stopped. The glowing symbols faded. The silence that returned was even more terrifying than the noise. They scrambled for their phones. Their flashlight had been shooting wildly through the dark. The shadowy figures were gone. The grove was empty, except for the four of them. Second to their core, they fled towards, not stopping until they reached the safety of their dorm. They tried to rationalize it as hallucination. Upon anything but the truth. But they couldn't explain the thought that seemed to have followed them out of the woods. Over the next few days, strange things began to happen. Maya, who had always been fascinated with the supernatural, became terrified of the dark, sleeping with every leg on. As she climbed to some fleeting shadows in her room at midday, Liam, the stone skeptic, started having vivid nightmares of being lost in a forest of shifting trees, pursued by fatuous things. Chelu, the artist, found she couldn't drawing more. Whenever she picked up a pencil, her hand would unconsciously sketch the disturbing symbols from the altar stone. Over and over, she repeated the pages, horrified, only to find herself doing it again. And Holm, the historian, became obsessed with the bird. He spent every waking moment trying to translate the parts she deciphered, convinced the answer to reversing what he didn't know was hidden within its pages. He grew withdrawn, muttering to himself about paths and preachers. Teaching a wish who had made just want to go home seemed to have been twisted. They were home, but they had brought the darkness of the grove with them. The entity they had summoned, or perhaps just awakened. It was not a genie in a bottle. It was an unchained, parasitic force. It didn't grant wishes. It fed on them. It had latched onto their veils and desires, twisting them. Maya's fascination became terror. Liam's skepticism became a nightmare he couldn't deny. Chelu's creativity was corrupted, and Noah's intellectual curiosity turned into a self-destructive obsession. They were being drained, not just of their energy, but of the very things that made them what they were. The ritual didn't grant a wish. It accepted a pressure, desperate. Noah finally found what he was looking for in the book's final, altered pages. It wasn't a reversal spell. It was a warning. It said the grove doesn't forget, and what is summoned must be appeased or contained. It spoke of a second ritual, only of binding. The path required a great personal sacrifice from each of them. They had to return to the grove on the next new moon and ask over of something they held most there, placing it on the altar to sever the connection. Returning to that clearing was one of the hardest things they ever had to do. The place felt even more hostile than before. With trembling hands, they made their sacrifices. Maya, who loved ghost stories, burned her entire collection of supernatural books, renouncing her belief. Liam, the logical one, shattered his grandfather as anti-Kawakil, a symbol of his reliance on order and team. Chelu, the artist, broke her own drawing hand, a truly horrifying sacrifice to reclaim her Mindra. And Holm, the historian, burned the letterborn book that started it all, sacrificing the knowledge he so desperately crafted. As the last page turned to Asi, a mournful sigh through the walls. A sound of disappointment, a fuller than it. The oppressive cold lifted. The air felt clean again. They had paid the price. They left the grove that needed changed forever. Their friendship, once so and legged, was now forgotten shared trauma. They never spoke of what happened. But they never forgot. They learned the hard way that there are some doors that should never be opened, and some acknowledged that is too dangerous to say. The world is full of mysteries, but some are best left unsolved. So the next time you feel that unexplained chill, or see a shadow fleet be, remember the story. Curiosity is a powerful thing, but so is wisdom. The wisdom to know when to walk away,